Hey family, it's your boy TC, Theron Michael Cunningham, the Hope Dealer. Coming to you, man, to push you to pursue your purposes, your passions, and the platforms that I believe God has uniquely birthed you into this earth to fulfill. Yo, man, this morning, man, coming to you with a hit of hope. This hit of hope, man, comes from my heartbeat as a sports fan. I love sports. And specifically, man, I love basketball. And so it rocked me as it rocked the sports world when Kevin Wayne Durant of the Brooklyn Nets demanded back in June to be traded from that team. Yo, man, two-time champion, two times final MVP, one time NBA MVP, demanded to be traded from the Brooklyn Nets. Yo, man, all the talking heads were going crazy. All the sports experts were going nuts. Fans and fanatics, man, were losing their mind because Kevin Wayne Durant wanted to be traded from the Brooklyn Nets. Here it is. This is why many people went nuts, is because he had just signed a $198 million extension contract to stay with the Brooklyn Nets. But when I listen to all the pundits, when I listen to all the people, man, give their opinion, when I listen, man, to Mr. Durant, when I read his tweets, it simply boiled down to this for me, is that Kevin Durant did not believe he was valued by the Brooklyn Nets the way Kevin Durant valued himself. And y'all, that's the hit of hope, man, that I'm trying to push today, that Mr. Durant was willing now to challenge the organization to trade him away to another team because he did not believe that the Brooklyn Nets and their organization valued him at the level that he valued himself. People ask the question, what about the contract, Kevin? What about the fact, man, they made trades and made moves to get other players around you, Kevin? What about all the other amenities, Kevin, that comes with your contract? Kevin, what about all of those things? Kevin said, I don't believe y'all value me the way I value myself. Y'all, that's the hit of hope, man, that I want to come at you today. I want to ask you a question. When is the last time you did a self-evaluation and now came up with an understanding that you agree with yourself of what your value and what your worth is? And here's the other question. When is the last time that you evaluated those around you, no matter who they are, and now ask yourself, do people value me the way I value myself? I know. I hear somebody saying right now, oh, you're talking about arrogance. You're talking about being overconfident. You're talking about having the big head. You're talking about having a huge ego. No, I'm simply saying, when is the last time you agreed with yourself that you have high value and you wanted now to challenge not only yourself to live at the value that you assessed, but you were willing to ask the question, are people around me valuing me at the level that I value myself, in my relationships, in my marriage, in my friendships, certainly at my job? When is the last time I sat down and I challenged myself to see the value in myself and then ask the question, am I being valued? Kevin Durant, man, was willing to risk it all to challenge others to value who he was at the level that he valued himself. Somebody wants to talk about humility. Let me tell you something. Being humble doesn't always mean being quiet. Being humble doesn't always mean being second. Being humble does not mean allowing others to define your value and your worth. Being humble means that now that I understand my value and my worth, I now handle well what God has done for me. There was a beautiful young lady, man, that I was able to minister to as a youth pastor. And she signed in her senior book under her picture, Psalms 139:14, I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. And it was the life to be able to watch her live that exuded that out of everything that she did. Because she believed that God had made her valuable. God had made her at high worth. And she demanded others to treat her that way. Yo, man, listen, many of us cannot argue that we need to be treated better because many of us don't even know what treating me better looks like. Man, when's the last time that you sat down and you valued who you were looked for your worth and challenged others around you to treat you at the level that you valued yourself. Sometimes you should demand more. It's your boy, TC, Theron Michael Cunningham, the Hope Dealer.